When you don't have a support system or a safety net, and you're also impoverished, each decision that you make could lead to a potential catastrophe. A lot of people looking from the outside in tend to give advice that's coming from their own perspective, what they think they would be able to do in that person's circumstances. And what they fail to consider is that what they would be able to do is probably different than what that person can do, because they likely have different avenues of support and resources available to them, which have prevented them from winding up in that position in the first place. When you don't have a support system or a safety net, the way that you make decisions looks very overthinky and too deep to other people, because you're considering the spider web of consequences for each step that you take. Because you know that if any one thing goes wrong, the whole plan falls apart and you end up in a worse position than you started from. And if there's nobody to turn to for help when that happens, you are effed. To people outside the situation, this can look like decision paralysis, or it can look like somebody turning down good options. But the likelihood that either of those things is true is actually small. What's probably happening is they are constantly running the calculus of every option that they have through their mind and thinking about every potential outcome, so they can pick the path that is going to have the least amount of danger to them, not only in the short term, but in the medium and hopefully long term as well. A lot of people making suggestions to folks in hardship are making suggestions that only address short-term needs. Only worrying about the short term and trusting that you'll be able to make it all work out in the long term is a privilege. People without spider webs of support don't have the luxury to only think in the short term, because relying on the it'll all work out philosophy usually means that they end up falling through the cracks when anything goes wrong.